Hey guys, what's going on? It's Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now we're going to take a look at the coin market cap just to see how we're doing in terms of the weekly sort of progression over here. So we've just done a quick filter here. So these are the coins. We have got Dogecoin in the watch list. Just because you're in the watch list does not necessarily mean that I own that digital asset. So we've got Dogecoin up almost 88% on the weekly. We've got Gala as well. So those of you that are subscribed to the channel know that we are heavily invested in Gala, looking for that rotation. I've had a little bit of a scare because, I've had a couple of sort of tweets come my way saying, we wasn't exactly in the same sort of so the tokenomics is slightly different to what it was when we did mark the all-time high back in 2021. Okay, so we did reach approximately sort of 84 cent, I think it was, with the all-time high for Gala, but apparently there was only 7 billion tokens circulating at the time. Now we are pretty much at max capacity now, around that sort of 40 billion now. So Gala is pretty much maxed out on the sort of circulating supply now, which means all-time highs will be a lot difficult, a lot trickier to achieve. However, we're still seeing massive returns. However, I have diversified my rotational bag, so we have got a VRA. So this is even before, obviously, I knew about the tokenomics prior to the 2021 to this current cycle. So we've got VRA, which is another great rotational coin, in my opinion. Stronghold also built on Stellar along with Velo. So Velo and Stronghold are very, very good rotational coins. However, the problem is, with those particular cryptos that I found out, if you're investing any more than $5,000, it's very, very difficult to actually find liquidity. So you'll find you think, I'm going to get $5,000 worth of this coin, and then you actually get filled a lot short. So you get a lot less coins than what you believe, to be buying initially. So just be careful with those. And that's why I like cryptos that are liquid with Gala, because they are volatile coins and they've also got the liquidity as well. So in my opinion, if I'm investing in rotational coins, ideally I would like them to be anywhere sort of between that sort of 150 ranked coin up until, say about 250. So anywhere between 150 and 250 in terms of the rankings over here. Okay, so yeah, we're all doing really, really well. We're going to take a look at the charts now. We'll take a look at XRP, we'll take a look at XDC individually, and we'll take a look at some of the biggest gainers. However, just before I dive into it, I have had some requests over on X if there is a discount for both of the XRP plan and the XDC plan. Okay, so if you do go on the link down below in the description, theblockbulls.com, click on that. If you was to apply both, what you'd have to do is add both cryptocurrency plans to the basket. I've already added two now, so if we just take one off there, and you can see there is a 10% discount applied, so it's gone from $99 down to $89.10 there. So that'll save you $10, and that will navigate you throughout this super cycle now. So if you invested any more than $1,000, in my opinion, it's worth buying, because this plan will save you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars later on in the cycle. And obviously it will create a sort of navigational tool for you guys, so you know when the breakout, you'll know when the interim take profits are, and you'll know the peak of the cycle. And that is invaluable in my opinion. You could probably charge a lot more. If somebody said to you, especially me, I wish I had a plan like this in the previous cycle before I started covering the charts, over in crypto, because if I had the chart, the blueprint sort of thing, all mapped out for me, and I knew exactly where XRP was going to go, where he's going to capitulate, where he's going to correct, where he's going to have a rally, I would pay $2,000. No joke. I would pay $2,000 for that product. I'd probably pay more, because obviously there's going to be more value than $2,000 worth. If these markets are going to this super cycle this time around, then it's, like I say, it's absolutely priceless. However, let's dive into the charts. So first up, we do have XDC. You can see the symmetrical triangles. This is going on across many, many cryptos in the landscape right now. You can see, again, we have the highs. The highs are very significant in any sort of technical analysis, because that tells us as traders and investors where the supply and demand areas are Obviously, you know, we've had buyers which has ran up the price up to this particular point, and that's where you see the massive sell-off as people sell their profits. Okay, ever since we've come down into the apex and we are on the other side of the US elections now, so I do believe XDC is in a very good place, and I do expect most altcoins to at least revisit these 2024 highs. So this is a 2024 high, so that's around, still from current price action, 225%. So that's over a 3x. Okay, 100% is 2x, 200%, you're looking at 3x. So 3x is the sort of, you know, cornerstone for many cryptos. So I believe 3x can happen, not necessarily with XDC, but with many cryptos. I believe we can do a 3x during the month of November, and then we can see a rally up to these all-time highs before the end of the year. Like I said, there are sort of lagging cryptos and there are front runners in the market. So that's XDC looking really, really well, very undervalued. And this is the type of cryptocurrencies I am looking to rotate my bags in. So if we just go back here, like I said, I'm invested in, you know, coins like Gala, got a little bit in Stronghold and VRA. So very good rotational coins. Early movers, you can see here, we're up 30%, 42%, 26%. So we're doing really, really well. XDC is lagging behind 13.4%. But make no mistake, XDC is an absolute sleeping giant. And I do believe we will see some massive gains with XDC as we look to close that 5.2 trillion trade finance gap. So that is XDC. Let's go over to XRP. We did cover XRP yesterday in yesterday's video, and we have discussed many times. Obviously, my charts are pretty much infamous now over on X, as there are a lot of people that like to clone my charts and put their branding and names on it. So, for example, down here, we've had 7.4 thousand impressions. Down here, 57k. So this was only posted yesterday, and it's had 57,000 impressions already. Okay, and that is just like the taster. So this particular chart, this is what I'll cover in the sort of XRP plans as well. Obviously, we'll give you the interim targets, local highs, peaks, troughs, and we'll give you specific dates. On the XRP plan, I give you the exact day that we will reach the interim, so where I'd expect to take profits, and also the remaining sort of peak. I will pinpoint the exact day when it will be. Now, this is historically working in the previous two cycles, guys. So that is the sort of logic that I have applied in these plans, guys. So very, very accurate in my opinion. And this is what T8 is all about, ladies and gentlemen, because it's very difficult using indicators. You know, there's millions of indicators that you can use. Got all these personal technicals, volume oscillators, moving averages, etc., etc. However, they're all lagging indicators. So for me, the best sort of analysis that I've come across, in my opinion, in the crypto industry is actually using key dates like the halving and the US election in order to measure where we can ultimately end up, guys. So yeah, XRP, 252 days after the Bitcoin halving. We're looking at the first week of January before a breakout. I would say 2 weeks prior to Donald Trump's inauguration. So 2 weeks prior to Donald Trump becoming US president in his full-time role, I believe XRP will begin to rally up massively. And I do believe at that point, grown men will cry. So I'll be covering the YouTube at the time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, I could get run over. You know, no one's guaranteed. You never promise tomorrow. But if I'm about, I will be covering the charts, I promise. And obviously looking for this plan to actually work out. Obviously, guys, if this actually breaks out when I'm actually stipulating, then plans will absolutely fly. And if that comes true, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be upping the prices. If in that week, I will double the prices. I'm telling you guys now, because everyone will be thinking, bloody hell, it's actually called the breakout. Okay, and if I can call the breakout, I can also call the interim high, and I'll also call the peak of the cycle. Mark my words. No hesitation about it. So that is XRP, guys. We have got some time to wait, which is why I'm in other coins. VRA, you can see VAR is moving up. So this is Verasity. They have got the patents, the US patent anyway, for verified views. So that's like YouTube. That'll be brilliant for like things like Spotify, Netflix that need to verify viewership or listeners over on their platform. So that would be absolutely mega I feel like they should do a collaboration with Gala actually, because obviously Gala are leading that entertainment sort of trifecta. So they've got games, music, and films. So that's a trifecta. Yeah, you've got like three different sort of industries within that sort of entertainment umbrella. Okay, so I do believe VRA should team up with Gala. I don't know if that's something in the pipeline, but I do believe VRA is going to be mega. Now, I am shifting quite a lot of anything that I've got left. I'm starting to actually switch over to VRA, not heavily, but like slightly tilt my portfolio to like the likes of VRA and more into Velo, just because, like I mentioned with Gala, if we do go over to Gala, let's have a look. Still doing really well. I do expect a massive breakout because I did tweet earlier with the volume coming in for Gala at the moment. So Gala's volume in the last 24 hours, bearing in mind I only posted this today, has increased by 216%. So I'm expecting a massive move for Gala this week. I did want this fractal to play out. This is probably a little bit of hopium here, guys. Okay, but I do expect something similar to play out here, which I'm looking for anywhere between 6, 7, 8 cent. That sort of 6, 7, 8 cent would be absolutely fantastic for Gala. So this sort of section here, where this sort of first yellow line is, and that would indicate this sort of, again, the 24 highs, exactly what I was talking about with XDC. We are targeting initially just a checkpoint. We're not taking profits. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. Just a checkpoint where I'd like to get up to. So this is a checkpoint. Okay, and we could drag that all the way through to this previous cycle here. You can see how the price interacts before we fall and capitulate into the bear market. So this for me is almost like guarantee. I want us to see us up at 8 cent with Gala. Now, I probably will be looking at, I may even rotate Gala. Like I say, with this tokenomics situation now, which I've just, learned about in the sort of past 24, 48 hours, I've looked into it. Back here in the 21 cycle at this high where we marked out at 83 cent, we actually only had 7 billion coins in circulation. However, with the sort of tokenomics, obviously in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of nodes, so they do get rewards for people hosting nodes on the sort of Gala chain, if you will, which then obviously has created a sort of an inflationary sort of economy with that particular coin. However, having said that, the max total supply is capped at around 39, 40 billion tokens, and that we're pretty much at the cap now. So there's no more sort of, even though rewards are still being rewarded, it doesn't impact the price. If anything, it will probably become deflationary because they'll have to use the exact same tokens that are already in the current circulation, which means anyone holding Gala down here, they'd have to inflate the price in order for rewards to be actually rewarded to the node holders, if that makes sense, guys. So I'm still a big holder, but I will be reassessing, guys. So just keep track of this one. I'm looking for about 8 cent, and then I may consider rotating some of those profits out. Like I said, I am still holding simply because of the volume coming in on Gala in the previous 24 hours, guys. So I'm holding to about 8 cent, and then I'm going to reassess. Okay, so that's Velo doing really, really well. We've looked at XDC and XRP as well. Again, we're looking at getting up there. Gala itself, we've looked at Gala as well. I think we've covered everything pretty much today, guys. Well, like I said, we have got 10% discount on that particular bundle. So if you do need XDC or an XRP plan, if you're invested in both of those, fantastic discount to be had there, and that will serve you well, and throughout this super cycle. As we move into the quantum financial system, guys, make sure you secure your family's wealth and make sure that you absolutely smash this market cycle. I've been the Blockwell. Until next time, Blockwell and out.